Hey guys, what's up? It's been a while since I made a video. Just been working a lot, been saving up a lot of money on new some new parts, some new stuff, and of course we have Herbie here, which you guys know and love, my car. I bought some new rims about 4 months. I bought some new rims about 2 years ago, and then I was finally able to get them resized, painted, and then some new tires. And we're going to be putting them on today, and I'm going to be showing you how to install them. And stay tuned for my next upcoming video, because I will be announcing my new project car that I recently bought, and this will be the big one. So stay tuned for that, because we're going to have a lot of fun with it. So until then, let's get to change out the wheels. Let's do it.
Alright, first step, you want to get a car jack, bring it to the front, put it underneath on your Volkswagen Bug front beam. That's the best place to secure it and the strongest point to lift the car. Don't lift the car all the way up, because you want to have the car on the ground so you can loosen the lug. Once you loosen the lug, then start jacking the car up a couple inches up, but not all the way off the ground, but just enough where the wheel is clearing the ground. And then after that, then start taking off your lugs. And the tool you want to use is called a breaker bar. A breaker bar is what you want to use to loosen your lug nuts. After you take off the lugs with the breaker bar, what you want to do is also check the threads on your lug nuts. If the threads are bad, throw them away, or if they're still in great shape, then you can reuse them. But if they're not as bad, you can rethread them with a tool called a tap and die, which is a tool that you can use to rethread the lug nut or rethread the threads themselves on the drums or the disc brakes. But once you get the lug nuts off with the breaker bar, like I said, check your lug nuts and then proceed taking the wheel off safely. And then after you take the wheel off, then replace it with your new wheel that you're wanting to put on the car, and then just repeat the step. After you get your new wheel that you want to put on the car, start putting your lug nuts back on. Right here, my dad's helping me because it's hard to have the wheel back. It's hard to hold the wheel because it does not have studs that could go through the hole to hold the wheel for me. But you want to put the lug nuts back on and tighten it all the way with your finger. Once you tighten all the way with your finger, you want to take a tool called a torque bar. A torque bar is what to use to tighten your lug nuts back on the car, but don't tighten it when it's in the air. Tighten all the way with your finger and then slowly lower the car halfway to the ground where the wheels are still touching the ground, but then start tightening the lug nuts. You want to tighten the lug nut to 72 foot-pound on a Volkswagen Bug, and when you're tightening it, it will make a big popping sound. So when it makes a big click sound, it lets you know that the lugs are tightened now fully. So once they're tightened, you want to go all the way around and click them again. Just do a quick click on each of them to make sure everything are double and triple check that everything is tightened. And you want to do it from each corner or just all the way around, whichever works. But I do it from each corner step by step. So just to show you really quick, on the left side is the breaker bar, on the right side is the torque bar. The socket side I use is a 3/4 of an inch long socket. Most people, I remember telling me that they use a 17 or 19 inch socket to tighten their lug nuts or take off. Whatever you do, like I was just telling you, or if I didn't, I'll refresh your memory. Do not use the breaker bar to tighten, and do not use the torque bar to loosen. The breaker bar is only meant to loosen, and the torque bar is meant for tightening only. So if you don't know what the breaker bar or the torque bar looks like, now you do. you want to repeat the same process on the driver's side. Also, don't forget, when you take the wheel off, always check your drums or your disc brake and make sure everything is in good shape, nothing's worn out, broken or damaged or cracked or loose or shaking, because if any of them are, you're definitely going to have to replace the part of whatever it is. But make sure to check everything, and do the same thing on the driver's side. Check the thread on the drums or disc brake, and definitely check the threads on the lug nut. And if everything seems in good shape, then you're all set. Just continue with the process. So right here, now you see me struggling trying to get the wheel on the driver's side, but I came up with a clever way to just put on my legs while sitting down, lifting up with my legs, and just tying the lug nuts with my fingers. And also, here's an example that shows you what a torque bar does and what it does, making a clicking sound, letting you know that the lugs are tightened fully. And whatever you do not over tighten it, because if you do, you can break your lug nut and you cannot get the broken stud out, and then you have to start tearing it out of the drum or the disc brake. But always take your time, do not rush the process. Now the driver's side is done, so now let's go check the old wheels. Oh man, alright. So I can already tell that it was time to switch them out because these threads are worn down. If your wheels are like this, do not drive on the road because that's a big danger and a hazard to drive the car on the road with worn out tires. Because your tire could blow out and it could cause a serious accident or a fatal death. You can see right here that the threads are worn out, which is not good. But the wheels are still but the old wheels are still in good shape. Very surprised. But right here, let's go take Herbie out for a test drive with his new wheels and see how it goes.
Different with the wheels. I'm not sure if you're able to hear me because of how loud it is with the new motor, but the wheels feel way different. They feel way smoother than my other wheels, my other deep dish rims. Way different because 50x6, it's a totally different driving ability now from 50x6 in the front and 50x5.5 in the front. Way different, way better. It keeps that nice look to the tradition of the Herbie look, but it also makes it a better, safer driving experience. So this is pretty wild that noticing the difference, and I'm pretty happy with it. And I might not go back to. Maybe I might go back just for the look for 50x6 in the front for like maybe different shots, but it's hard to tell because I might just not go back at all and just stick with these 50x5.5 wheels in the front right now. I guess I chose the wrong day to take it out for a test drive because it's pretty packed and busy today because it's a Saturday. So it's gonna be hard to like see and feel the difference going through the corners as much, going slow like 20 miles an hour. First turns. Let's see how it does in the second turn now. And there we go. Doing pretty good. No rubbing. No rubbing against the fenders at all, which is a good sign. Because the only time you know if your wheels are rubbing against the fender or in your wheel well, if it's making a sound, or if you just smell burnt rubber. If you smell burnt rubber, or you hear like a not a grinding sound, but more like a rubbing sound, that sounds like you're rubbing like tinfoil together or whatever, you'll know. But you'll know if it's rubbing. It's not hard to notice. tight turn, so let's go for it and see how it goes. It's easier when there's no one in front of you, so you can go a little faster to see how it can take the turns instead of just going 25 miles an hour still for about 5-10 minutes now. But it did good on the very sharp turn, so that's better than nothing. For them to go a little farther, or hopefully they get out of the way. Perfect, no rubbing. We achieved it, guys. We finally achieved it. No more rubbing. No more rubbing. So now let's head back home and talk a little more back in the garage. So that's how you install your wheel, and that's how you take off your wheel too on a old classic Volkswagen Bug like this. On of course, these cars, you know, they're pretty easy and simple to learn. You know, like the only way to get stuff done on these cars is doing the work yourself. You know, and be more dependable. A lot of my car buddies always tell me that all the time, so I'm trying to be more dependable on doing the car myself now, but it's slowly getting there. But if you enjoy the video and the tutorial and enjoyed how to and if you like the video too and enjoyed the content, please make sure to subscribe, click that like button, and also definitely hit that notification bell. So if you ever want to see more content or more videos how to do things on your car, like if you haven't seen my other video on how to detail your car, I would check that out, because it really helps people how to wash your car properly without any scratches. But if you want to see any more videos of how to do things on the car, like change oils or change your brake pads or how to dry stick, please leave that in the comment below. And if you also have any other questions for the socket size again, or the tire size, or if you have any other questions, definitely leave them down in the comment below, and I'll definitely try my best to get back as soon as possible to answer them. But that's about it. I don't know, what do you think, Herbie? How you love your new wheels? Couldn't say it myself, buddy. But as always, don't forget to subscribe, and see you again in the next video, whenever that be. See ya.